Welcome to Baker Tech Talk. I'm Mike Baker. I need to migrate virtual machines from a standalone Proxmox VE node to another standalone node so that I can do maintenance on the first server. I will back up the VMs, secure copy the backup files from the first Proxmox VE node to the other over the network, and then restore the VM on the new node. I only have two standalone Proxmox VE nodes and a connected network between them. Let's get to it. I've got two Proxmox VE servers or hosts, nodes, standalone nodes, whatever you want to call it. One of them is this one, and you see I have 4 VMs running on here currently, and then I built a new one with nothing on it currently. Now we can see there's slight difference in storage between these two. This has the local and a local ZFS. This one has local LVM and then local Z2T1. So in the case of this, the one we're starting from that has the VMs, the VM storage is on this local ZFS. And that doesn't exist on the new one. So we'll have to translate that when we make the move. Also, the networking is a bit different between one and the other. So let's discuss one of these particularly, or we're going to move one now. Let's plan to move this DebPod 1 VM. So first, let's shut it down. So that will make it easy to back up, or we don't have to worry about not having a complete backup. So let's just get on the console. We'll shut it down. Now the console is a bit weird for some reason here. Root and the password. All right, so I'm going to do a shutdown now. And that was that. We should see this shut down in a moment. Or rather, the icon will change on there it is. So now it's grayed out. We can go back to the summary here, and we see that it's not running. The start button is here. There is no shutdown option. And we can see status is stopped. So now we want to back this one up. So let's go down here to backup. We'll choose backup now. Where do we want it to go? There is only one option as far as storage goes. This is pretty much a straight out of the box. Let's take a minute to look at this. So if we look at the storage on this one, there's a local storage that is set for VZ dump backup files. And we can see the path for that is var lib vz. So, and then that's the same story on the one we're going to. So let's take a look at that quickly. Storage. So we have local. Local's the only option for backup files, and again, it's var lib vz. So this is the default configuration on both servers. You might find something different, but that was someone deviated from the defaults. Not that that's a bad thing. You just might find something different. So in this case, when we're going to go to this VM, we're going to backup now. We see the only option for backup files is local. We're going to change the mode to stop, even though it's already stopped. Notification, it's not going to send emails. Anyway, let's just do it. So we hit backup. Now we see it off running the backup. We can also see this VM has 2 disks. There's sort of a system disk and a data disk. One's 32 gigs, one's 100. The good news is that this dump is going to compress everything. So I think that we'll find there's a lot of, so this would normally, you might think, oh, this might take 132 gigs of storage to back up or to move. And I think we're going to find there's much less taken when this is done. And we can see here, creating VZ dump archive in the var lib VZ dump, and then here's the file name. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, now it's finished. backup is sparse. So yeah, it says there was, well, we can see in the end, archive file size 1.5 gigs. So potentially 132 down to 1.5. That's good for us. So we could download this, the details if we needed it, but this is going to be simple. So let's not just close this. Now we see under this VM we have a backup, and here's the file name. And so now what we want to do is we want to get this file over to our other Proxmox VE node into that same directory. So the easiest way to do that, well, in this case, there are lots of ways to do this backup, but I'm going to do this with the least amount of external requirements. You could use third-party software to migrate from one to another. You could have the two nodes in a cluster, and then it would be very easy to move from one to another. In fact, you could move them while they're running, I believe. But in my case, these are two completely separate Proxmox VE nodes, and I just need to move. I want to get all the VMs off of this one so I can do maintenance on it, and then maybe I'll join it to a cluster with the other. So, all right. So we've taken our backup. Now let's get on the console of this. Well, shell. So shell. Here we are. So we want to change directory to var lib vz, and then if we look in here, we see, yeah, we know it's going to be in the dump. So let's change directory to dump. Now let's look at what we have here. So there's 3 files in total, and the largest, this is the file that was noted as being the backup. So there's a log file and then some notes, but this is the one that we need in order to restore. So what we want to do is get that over to our other system. So we're going to do an SCP VZ, and then we can just put a star here because I'll take all of them. Then we want to go to root at 10.6.9.22, and then the path on that box is going to be the same, var lib vz dump. We'll put a slash on the end. Okay, so that should do a secure copy over to the same directory on the box to receive the backup. Here we go. So now it's transferring. Now it's completed. Okay, so now if we come back to, we'll go to the new box, and if we look under backup here, oh no, that's not what we want. We want to go under here. So yeah, so if we look at the storage, this local storage, well, we could do it on the old one as well. Let's do that first. So if we go to local and then backups on the original machine, we now see we have this backup 1.65 gigs. And now if we look on the new one, here it is also. This is the one we just secure copied over into this directory. If we click on this, we can say restore. And so we have to put something, what storage is this going to go to? Now you recall on the other one, the VM storage was on this local Z2T1. That doesn't exist on this machine. So we're going to have to choose a different storage. We're going to go with this local ZFS. And if we look at this drop down, it's our only option anyway. And then you'll recall the VM ID on this was 1004. We could make it the same. We can change it. So just to show the change, I'll call it 204. And that should be all we need to do here. If you wanted to change some other bits, you may be able to here. We're just going to get on with the restore. So let's do restore. So now we should have a similar restoration, although this is probably going to go more quickly because it doesn't have so much compression to do. It just needs to restore. Here we go. That's the end. So we can see there was a little bit of translation that happened in here, in that it went, we changed the destination storage, or where the VM storage is going, and we changed the VM ID. So if you want to download this, you can for reference. Otherwise, we now see we have this VM, and if we look at the summary, it's still the same as the original one, CPU and RAM wise. And then the disks. So if we go to hardware, we're going to see we have our two disks, a 32 gig and a 100, just like before. This is all the same. Now, the other thing that's different about this box, or the new host, is that on the old one, it was set for bridge. The network was set to bridge for VM bridge 1 and 1069 VLAN tag. Now, on this box, there is no VM bridge 1. In fact, I think if we go look, see, we only have VM bridge 0. So before this is going to work properly from a networking standpoint, we're going to want to change the network here. So I'll double click this. We can see right now it says invalid value, which is what came over from the original. Our only option here is VM bridge 0. And then now this VLAN tag is still there. We're going to get rid of it because on this box there is no, well, it turns out that on VM bridge 0, it's set for untagged into VLAN 1069 already. We're going to turn off this firewall piece. Let's just say OK. Okay, so now we should have our migrated VM. It should also be properly attached to the network. So let's go ahead and start this. Let's start. And we'll see that it works and it can reach the gateway, for example. Let's go back to the console. And again, I apologize that the console there's some strange refresh going on here. So it's started up. That's a beautiful thing. So we're going to be root again. Okay, so we've logged in successfully. Now, why don't we just ping the default gateway 10.6.9.1. We can ping the default gateway, so we're in business. That's it. The VM's migrated. It's up successfully. The networking works. That's that. We've seen a process to migrate virtual machines from a standalone Proxmox VE node to another. If you have questions or suggestions for another video, please leave a note in the comments below. Thanks for watching.